Okay, so here's a little video to show you how I basically wrap my signs and put them into a Walmart cardboard box that I make the box myself. I also use paper that I get from Home Depot or Lowe's, either one. And I've turned all my signs in today to the post office. They're already shipped out, so I'm just going to show you on this one here. Basically, I take my paper first. Roll my paper out here, lay my sign down, and I leave about a half to 3/4 of an inch on both ends. Find my knife. Just take my straight edge and cut down on the sides of the paper. Kind of even it out on both ends, and then I just wrap my sign pretty tightly. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Just wrap it over, and then I've got my tape. Just tape in the center, and not sure if you can see this or not, but I take the ends of it and wrap it just like you would a package. And I use this least amount of tape on this part as possible. Taping both ends up. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect on this because you're going into cardboard box anyway, but that protects the sign or whatever it is that you're shipping, so that it doesn't necessarily get damaged. Plus your cardboard's going to help as well with that. Okay, the next thing that I do is take one of the Walmart boxes. They come in small, medium, and large, but I've found that pretty much all of my signs that I ship, up to the 36-inch signs, actually 48-inch signs, can go into the small boxes. That's the green ones from Walmart. Anything over the 48-inch, I use the large. They've got a medium size, but I don't use those at all. I use the small and the large only. On the box, if you turn it over, you'll see that there's a crease mark here where the box is put together, and that's where I actually pop the box up here, and I cut right down that seam where it's taped together. That gives you a nice edge there. When I do that, I take the cardboard and I lay it down so that the writing is facing up toward you. The reason I do that is because whenever you make your box, whenever it's all folded and everything, all you have is the clear brown, and it makes it a lot nicer for your customers. Plus it's better for your labels and everything when you put it on the box. The next thing that I do is I take my sign that I've previously wrapped up in the paper, and I take it and I put it clear down here to the very end of the box and line it up on the front side of your cardboard. And I take a pencil and right down here on the end, I think you can probably see, I just take a pencil and I draw straight across where my box is. I leave just a tiny little bit at the end. What I do from there is take my straight edge once again, and I go straight down that line and cut off this excess that I'm not going to need on that box. That's going to save you some money right there as far as shipping goes, because you're making the box to fit your product end to end. Don't worry about having extra down here, because you're going to put your heavy tape over the end of that, and that's going to be just as strong as your cardboard once it's all finished up. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I have a screwdriver that I keep over here. It's one that I don't use anymore. It's all dulled down and everything. Just a regular Phillips type screwdriver will work. But what you're going to do is you're going to Make sure that you're lined up here on your front edges and on the sides so that you have that real nice and neat. Take your screwdriver and you're going to just run it right down along the side of your product. You're going to flip that up, and whenever you flip it up, your cardboard's back here on the back. You've got your 4 little pieces here that you're going to have to tie down, to tape down just a little bit until you get going. So I just put, like I say, minimum tape on the box on all 4 of these. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Once you get that done, just make sure that your sign is still up against your cardboard real good and straight. And you're going to take your screwdriver again, score your cardboard again. That allows it to lay down flat. One more time, put the screwdriver across. That allows that to lay down flat. You can see that you're getting a good solid on your box that way. The last thing that I do there is I go down and I cut away the extra cardboard. This way you're not paying the post office for this extra cardboard in weight or volume on the sides. Take your box, flip it back up, and you've got your edges. Just tape those down. In your 4 spots again. Just a small piece to hold it in place. Just like that. Okay, so this is where you get into using a little bit of tape, but I just make sure that my customers are paying for this tape. And I'm also making sure that the sign is going to get there in one piece. I think I've had 2 signs out of basically about 16 or 1700 signs that have been damaged by the post office, and this seems to work out rather well by doing it this way. First of all, I take a piece of tape and I go in the center and pull that tightly and tape across the center of the box. Then I go out from there, overlapping just a little bit. Till I get to my outside edges, and then do the same going across this way. And whenever you do that, it makes a solid seal across the end. I think you can probably see that. It makes it solid across the end. But then I go a couple extra steps here. I put a little bit here on the corners and fold it down. That seals that in. And then I take a long piece of tape and I go across the end like this. And I just turn my sign, turn my box, and pull it tight. And that's going to seal it, shrink everything in, locks it in tight. From there, I go all the way down the box. I go one here, one here, one here, especially on these creases, all the way around. One here, all the way around, straight on down until you get to the end of the box. Then flip your box over and do this end exactly like you done the other end. Once that's all done, you still got this edge of the box all the way down that has an opening. I just take pieces of tape, go straight across there, push it down, and fold those pieces in. Grab another piece, overlap it just a little bit there, push it down and pull your tape in. And that's going to give it a good seal all the way across. Once you're finished, your whole box will be tightly sealed and ready for the post office. And that's really about that's all there is to it. I did forget to mention also down here on the ends of the boxes, there's actually two spots. You'll see where the handle was, the punch out handle for the cardboard box that Walmart provides there on their boxes. I always take a piece of tape and just lay over the top of those just to seal them in. So that they don't come open during shipping. And I also purchased these labels. It's just a fragile sticker label. They come on a big roll. I think you get 1,000 of them for like, maybe it's 1,500 of them for like $10. You can get those off of Amazon. I just ordered them off of there, got them in a couple days, you know, to put right on your packages. I usually stick 1 or 2 on each side. So hopefully maybe the post office will try and take care of your package a little bit better. But that's about all there is to it. That should be your finished project. So if that helps or not, I don't know, but like I said, maybe if you're taking those handles off, you can still package those inside without it damaging or scratching, you know, inside to, you know, get it protected against the product itself. Should be able to, and if so, that's going to save you. I was going to mention too, the size of my box right here. This is 2 inches compared to, I believe what you were saying, probably 5 inches, but that 5-inch height is what's really costing you at the post office. Hopefully that helps. Let me know. Thanks.